What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video here, Chris's MMA Universe. Some breaking news I just saw not too long ago today. It looks like Khabib ended up announcing that he's going to retire from MMA in just a couple of years. He says that he thinks he only has about 2 to 3 years left to compete, and he knows that being undefeated is actually impossible. He says not almost impossible, it's impossible. And he says he knows that at some point, you just know, like, you need to know when to stop. Like in every single sport, soccer, boxing, MMA, you just need to know when to stop fighting. And Khabib understands that he will not be able to, stay at the top of the division, his entire career. Eventually, somebody will dethrone him, and he actually is intelligent enough to see that, and I know a lot of people out there will probably think that Khabib will be a little too afraid or he's scared. I think that's, that's being a little ignorant to the facts, saying that Khabib will actually be scared. He would definitely fight the top guys and fight these young, hungry lions that he knows will eventually be across to him in the octagon. Of course, he will fight them, but he knows that eventually somebody is going to stop him. And that's not being scared. That's just being intelligent. And it's very, very, very important to see that you need to be intelligent in this game, not just be a brute that goes out there and just competes against anybody and just ends up staying a little bit too long to end up, where you're in there too long competing, that ended up, now you end up getting stopped. Now you end up having a loss, especially somebody like him who's undefeated. I know there's very few people out there, like, Floyd Mayweather, Rocky Marciano, years and years ago, and GSP that actually ended on top of on top of his game, on top of his profession. But, yeah, I mean, look at the fight with Johnny Hendricks, where, GSP ended up fighting the old school. He fought in and actually in his era, and he ended up fighting in the class where he was actually, meant to be in. Then ended up fighting the new school, and you saw when he fought Johnny Hendricks where technically, I mean, everybody thinks he lost. Dana White said he lost. Everybody thinks he lost, and I think even his team thought that he lost, but he still, ended up getting the nod. He ended up walking away, being on top. He ended up fighting the new school where he ended up almost losing, like I said, with Johnny Hendricks, but then ended up moving up a weight class, beating Michael Bisping, ended up becoming the middleweight champion, but then just, he just let it go because he still wants to be on top. GSP right now is fighting for legacies, and I know Khabib was actually saying that he would definitely fight GSP. GSP is willing to fight Khabib if the price was right, if the deal was right, if things fall into place the right way, that GSP will want him and Khabib will want him, and then they will definitely fight. But if Khabib were to fight Tony Ferguson, let's say he wins, and then let's say he fights GSP and wins. If he were to move up and, let's say, fight the champion, in the welterweight division at the time and wins, I mean, there's nothing left for Khabib to do. What is there left for Khabib to do? Khabib will have beaten everybody that, and honestly, he doesn't even need to move up. He doesn't even need to move up, but just to, silence all the critics, just to silence all the naysayers out there that will actually say that, oh, well, if he moves up, he's definitely going to lose, or he'll be average, this and that. And, there's probably some things I said in some videos where, I do think if Khabib were to move up, who knows if he were to win. Honestly, Khabib is phenomenal. So if he were to move up, I don't actually believe that he will lose. I actually believe that he will do well against most of the welterweight class, but he does not need to move up. Now, I know moving up is the thing to do, to actually show people how great you are. Like, where DC moved up, Conor McGregor moved up, all these double champions, and, Amanda Nunes moved up. But Khabib doesn't need to do that. He's solidifying himself as the best lightweight in the world. And if he were to beat Tony Ferguson and, let's say maybe there's a Justin Gaethje in there somewhere where he would fight, there's really nothing left for Khabib to do. Khabib, if Khabib were to actually beat Tony Ferguson, fight Justin Gaethje, beat Gaethje, go up, or actually fight GSP in a catch weight just for a legacy fight, not even with the belt on the line, but the belt on the line obviously will be more. But there's nothing left for Khabib to do. Khabib will have done it all, shut everyone up. He will silence all the critics, all the haters, everybody out there. You can hate it as much as you want, but you will be forced to accept it because Khabib will be solidified as the best lightweight and definitely one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. So for Khabib to actually give like another, he says currently, you know, he has like another about 2-3 years left in him to compete as of currently. And, you know, he'll be done maybe 33, 34, and then that's it. It's done. He's actually being very intelligent to do so because then he will have done everything he needed to do. And let me just bounce away from the division, bounce away from the sport, being on top. And I would let go of the lightweight championship. I will let go of the sport while I am on top. And that's his mindset right now. He's very, very smart to say this. There's too many fighters out there that, you know, keep in their mind. I know a lot, you know, a lot of you guys will say, oh, you know, how can you think this? How could you think about losing? Don't have that in your mind. He's being intelligent. A lot of fighters out there will think those same things, stay a little too long, and then end up losing and just pretty much lose their entire legacy that they've built their entire career to try to keep, to try to hold on, try to grasp onto it, to try to leave with this amazing legacy, you know, to leave behind, but then they stay too long and lose it. So I think Khabib is actually very smart to do this. I'm definitely behind him on this. You know, I really want to know what you guys think in the comments. You know, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Please make sure to subscribe. I appreciate all you guys watching this. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see all you guys in the next one.